Hello, everyone, and welcome to another top 8 interview for the Dominion Online Championship 2025. I have someone very special with me right now. It's one of, I guess, like my closest Discord friends and a very high profile player, a very seasoned veteran of the Dominion and most importantly, my karaoke buddy, Jonts is with me. Hi, Jonts.
Hey, that's me. Hi, nice to be here.
I'm so happy to have you. All right, we're just gonna dive right into it. Can you please let everyone know what the meaning of your username is, and maybe also why you chose your avatar?
Okay, so my username Jonts is just my actual name, smushed together a little bit. I've been using it for I don't know, 20 years, maybe more. It's been a while I've been using that username. Sometimes I use Jonts 26 if I can't get just Jonts. So 26 is just related to my birthday. Yeah, so that's the username. My avatar is I don't know how long I want to spend explaining this. Okay, so it's courtyard,
Mm-hmm.
but it's kind of like distorted a little bit. So way back on the forum, right before Discord was even like Dominion Discord was even a thing, there are only so many cards to actually choose from. So there's only a couple expansions out. So I chose Courtyard as my avatar for the forum, and then there was a joke at one point that I had died. And so I made an alt account called Ghost of Jaunts. Um, and so I made a edited version of the courtyard to look like ghostly, and so I like desaturated it and I distorted it a little bit. I just
Um,
kept using that one. So yeah, that's Ghost of Jaunts. So if you ever go on the forums and search Ghost of Jaunts, you'll see some posts by me as well. And yeah,
amazing.
I just stuck with that for the last 12 years or something.
Wow. So yeah, you and you sometimes talk about like the um predating Dominion Games clients and stuff. So
Mhm.
can you talk a little bit about your Dominion career overall and yeah, when and how did you start playing Dominion?
Sure. I assume I'm one of the longest standing members, like still active in the
Mm-hmm.
community.
Mm-hmm.
I started playing in graduate school is when I played my first game of Dominion. I think it was just after Seaside was released.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember playing a Seaside slash base game. I'm pretty sure Pirate Ship was involved. So it was good times. I enjoyed it so much I immediately went out and bought Intrigue because that was the set that my friend didn't have. And
Mm-hmm.
so we had all the sets then. And then short after that, I think Prosperity was released, and my other friend bought Prosperity. But yeah, so that was kind of like early on. Played a whole bunch of Dominion on some very, very. It's a very different game back then, like a lot less
Yeah.
stuff. I would guess I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when when just playing with friends once a week isn't enough, you turn to other sources to get your fix. And I found Isentropic, so I played a lot of Dominion on Isentropic, lots and lots of Dominion. And then that went down. I found the forums. I was an active member of the forums. When that went down, I was like, I think it was a play tester for Goko, which was one of the short-lived renditions of Online Dominion that kind of failed. And yeah, so like I've just been I haven't been playing consistently for like the entire time. That was like what? It's gotta be like 12 years ago or something. I think I started playing. I've had like several very long hiatuses. Sometimes you get a little burnt out. So I've had some like maybe a
Mm-hmm.
year or two hiatus at a couple of points. But I play League here and there. I play online here and there. Yeah, I don't know. That's it. It's been a long, long career, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. You played in the I mean, I know that you've played in the tournament before, but have you gotten into like the Dominion Online Championship? Have you gotten into top 8 before? Like surely not
This
like
is.
during my time.
Mhm. No, I actually have not made the quarterfinals yet. I think I was knocked out in the round of 16 like two or three times.
Mm.
And like multiple game seven knockouts and like things like this. Like I just
Oh
I just couldn't
no.
quite break that barrier. But yeah, you know
Mm-hmm.
what? I guess this was my year, so here I am.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm very happy because I get to talk to a lot of people that I have never had on the podcast before, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I think people will probably be like very happy to see you in top eight, especially because you
Yeah.
are I think a very beloved self commentator, and that obviously not only self commentary, but I maybe I'm projecting on others because it's my experience. Because when I joined the server, I told you that before. When I joined the server, I think you were the first person I ever like noticed doing a commentary and like
Mhm.
joining that commentary, and it was amazing. And then I randomly sent you a message because I didn't know how Discord worked. I was like, okay, I need to let you know that that was highly entertaining. And you were probably like, who is this person? But fine.
Uh, no, no, I appreciate that. That's nice. No, my commentary is, it's kind of all over the place sometimes. Kind of just depends on my mood. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's chill, sometimes I get aggravated sometimes. But that's Dominion for you.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. So what are your favorite and least favorite cards? So like Trail, obviously your favorite, but what's your least favorite card?
Honestly, Trail is definitely one of my favorite cards.
Yay!
It's just I like cards that can be strong but in interesting ways. Like
Hmm.
Recruiter, for instance, obviously very strong card, but it's also just a little bit too obvious, like what to do with Recruiter for the most part. Like you open, so you're definitely hitting Recruiter, so you can trash your estates, you can get villagers, and you can play whatever, right? Like sometimes there's fancy things you can do with Recruiter, but for the most part, like you kind of know exactly what you're doing. Trail, every game is kind of like a new way of, okay, how do I abuse Trail in this particular game?
Mm,
Um, so that's, yeah, I think Trail is definitely one of them. Other strong cards I like that are kind of really strong and helpful, but don't like by themselves aren't gonna like win games. Like I think Silk Merchant, for instance, is a good example of that. It's a card you want to open. It's a card you want a lot of, but it's not like by itself gonna do a whole like win games, right? Kind of figure out, okay, we're gonna get Silk Merchants, but how do I leverage the villagers and coffers and trashing
mhm,
and things like that? So I think cards like that I think are definitely good. I guess on the flip side of that, least favorite cards are ones that warp the game in ways I don't think are very fun. Because there's a lot of bad cards like Philosopher's Stone. Like, yeah, it's a
mhm.
terrible card, but it doesn't do anything because no one gets it. It's not gonna like
Yeah.
all it does is make you have a 9 card kingdom instead of a 10 card kingdom, right? But cards like Frigate, for instance, or
Mm,
Clashes,
mm,
like occasionally you get interesting frigate games. Right? I'm not gonna say you never get an interesting frigate game, but I think like 90% of frigate games are just they feel bad because you want to do things, but you just can't do things like you would normally want to, and so
mhm,
they kind of limit the interesting things you can do on a board, right? And classes kind of do the same thing to some extent too. So cards like that I think are less fun for me.
mhm. And what is your favorite expansion?
Okay, if I'm being perfectly honest, I don't know like any of the expansions because I play on full random every single time. So, like, if you ask me what cards belong to what expansions, I could probably get maybe a quarter of them, maybe half of them. I don't know. So let me think. I think I might have to go with Menagerie only because I think ways are really fun.
Mhm. It's
I
got
enjoy
all
ways. I guess
the
there's like horses and stuff in there too. Horses are cool, sure, but I like ways. So I think maybe Menagerie.
you like the cute animals.
Yeah, it's all about the cute animals. I'm all there for the cute animals. That's my primary reason for Dominion. Um, yeah. No, I think Menagerie also. I know Menagerie has some events. Like, is Gamble? Is that Menagerie?
Oh, I don't know. I'm right
Do
with
you
you
know?
there.
I don't know. I know Menagerie has events, and I know it has a couple of good events. I don't
Mhm.
remember exactly what events are in a Menagerie though. But yeah,
Mhm.
things like ways and like useful events. I think those are a lot of fun to play with because they allow you to expand kind of your like strategy or tactical space for the game, which I do enjoy.
Yeah, yeah. Do you play on TGG at all?
I have played on TGG, I think one game ever.
Wow.
So the answer is no. Yeah, the answer is no.
It was so bad that you never went back.
I mean, it's fine. It's just I don't. I'm only. I think when I first played, like the competitive scene wasn't really there at all. I think maybe that's still not quite there, but at least
Mm,
there is some matchmaking and stuff. But when I first played, it kind of wasn't there. And I was like, I don't
mm,
feel like playing robots, so I just didn't play.
Gotcha, gotcha. Even though the robots are really good on TGG. But anywho,
Yeah, that's true.
let's talk about this year's tournament. So you have played
Hmm.
round four against Chai and round five against Agu03, who won the
Hmm.
tournament in 2023. Yes. So
Yeah, yeah.
you've definitely left a mark already, I would say. Gotten past a very strong competitor, but can you share some thoughts on your round four match against Chai?
Yeah, so let's see. Chai is, I think, was a lower seeded player, but was definitely playing skill wise, I would say, above their seed. So it definitely,
Just like
definitely,
just like you, some would say.
well, maybe. Yeah, I guess. That's just because my thigh is very, very
Mm,
high. So
mm,
if I put the effort in, I could definitely be higher seeded, but that's work.
mm-hmm.
And I already have a job. Um, no, but it was a good match. I think it ended up 4-2. I had a few games in that match where I didn't particularly like how I played, or I was making a lot of like kind of silly mistakes. Luckily, a lot of my draws were good enough to overcome some of my silliness. I think, I guess speaking of Trail, I think it was the first game of that match. I just completely forgot because I was trashing Trail
Yes, yeah.
to Peril. I was trashing
Yes,
Trails to Peril to gain loot.
you
I just
were.
completely forgot I had to play the Trail so it didn't like actually
Yes.
get trashed.
Yes,
It was so bad.
repeatedly. You trashed three trails or
I did.
something.
I think it might have only been two. I think I noticed in the second one, but it was just like, wait, I thought I had more trails than this. Whereas like, oh
Hmm.
no, they're in the trash.
Yeah, it might have felt
Um, that
worse
was
to me because like, no, not again.
that was that was just so silly. But I still won that game, so I guess it ended up being okay. But geez, that was
It's true
rough.
because I think
Um,
Chai did that too at some point, and we were all like in
I
spec
think that
chat, we
yeah.
were all like, ah.
Oh no, I never accessed that spec chat, so I don't know what it was like. But I can just imagine the comments were. It was. You know what? I've learned a very valuable lesson, and I'll never do it again. Okay, I promise.
Well, I mean, I will say, I try to watch your matches, and since you were on a pretty long break, until I think last year or something, so you missed a
Yeah.
couple expansions, and so it often happens that you find that you play cards that you maybe are not as familiar with, and you do mess up some stuff sometimes, but like mostly you just like you still pull through because you have like the skill, right, and the instinct that like it doesn't matter in the long run. So that's always, I find that very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to overcome dumb mistakes with like others. I mean, a lot of Dominion is just like a lot of Dominion skill is just knowing how certain things interact with other certain things.
True.
And obviously I like it wasn't even the thing I didn't know. I knew you had to actually play the trail to avoid actually permanently trashing. I
True.
just in the moment just completely forgot I had to do that.
Mm. Yeah.
But yeah, that match was I thought that first match, I think the first game was the trail game. I thought that was an interesting kingdom with like the maroon trail kind of interactions with the perils and all that. I think there's a lot of play there. The rest of I can't really remember too many of the other games in that match. They were kind of like middling kingdoms. Like I don't think we
Hmm.
played any super sloggy games, maybe, but also not any like really high powered engines with a lot of interesting stuff. It was kind of like a lot of like standard engine kind of stuff.
Hmm. So, the next round you met Agu, I guess like one
Hmm.
of the strongest players that we have around
Hmm.
right now. How was that match for you? What are your thoughts?
Agu obviously very strong player. I think the number two seed. So yeah, I mean, I think I played that match, I think, better overall. Um, Certainly I made some mistakes still. You can definitely, I mean, it's always bad when I make a mistake. Like I play a game and I immediately realize I didn't play it something right. Because a lot of times
Mm,
you either only get that either by someone else pointing it out or maybe like thinking about it later on. But whenever you can like find mistakes in the moment, it's usually feels a little bad.
yeah.
I think I only had a couple of those moments in the match itself with Agu. So I think I played relatively well overall. I'm trying to think. I what was the one game. Oh, let me look here. I think I pulled up this list here. It was the game with. Oh, it was the peasant game. That one I should have won. I had four disciples to one disciple,
Hmm.
and I just didn't quite. I kind of destroyed my economy too much, and I wasn't able to build out fast enough to overcome the three pile. So that was a bit unfortunate. I think I probably should have won that game. There's one game I felt like I probably just like lost because my draws were really bad. But other than that, I think the other four games had a lot of like interesting stuff going on. I think the most interesting game in that match was the Importer game, which was game four, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
What's that game four? Yeah, like Reckless Importer, with the whatever the one is that lets you immediately play things. I don't know what they're called, but basically with Reckless Importer, you're able to like buy Importer, play one, immediately play it, gain two cards, and one of those you can also immediately play.
Hmm.
Um, and then there was just like enough draw and a first mate, so you can basically play a whole bunch of importers to gain a whole bunch of cards, and kind of get that going. I think I misplayed a little bit on that one because I should have gotten more importers earlier on than I did. But there's also collection for like scoring a billion points. So I ended up losing the collection split pretty hard, but ended up just having enough importers in play to get enough. Like I think my last turn I took all eight duchies and then piled out that way.
Wow.
Um, so yeah, I think that was a really interesting game. I think Reckless is an interesting. What do you call them? Are they traits or I think
Yes.
they're called traits, right? Okay,
Yes.
I don't know what these things are called. Um,
It matters
so I
not.
think Reckless is really interesting because like sometimes Reckless just makes the card basically worthless, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes like with Importer, for instance, I think it makes the card way more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I enjoyed that one in particular. I think it's my favorite game. That was my favorite game of the match. I think
Nice. What happens to the first mate? Like, does it stay out with the importers?
it does not. It does not stay out.
Nice.
Um, I wasn't actually sure if it would stay out or not.
Yeah.
And then it didn't stay out. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's a good thing to know. I
Yeah,
don't need a
that's a
second first. I
yeah.
mean, otherwise, you just take a second first mate, right? And then you just
Mm-hmm.
play them alternatingly. But only needing to play one game on first mate makes it a very slightly easier to kick off.
Yeah, yeah. Those are nice surprises when things like that happen. It's like, okay.
Yeah, some of the rules are you can figure it out on the fly if
Mm-hmm.
like you just understand the base rules and like you can read the text carefully because at the very least Dominion does a very good job of like being very clear in like rules interpretations for the most part. Maybe there's a couple small edge cases, but most of the time, like with just like a little bit of reasoning out, you can figure out what how things are supposed to interact.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. I remember, so I think the round five match, the championship match was during the night, I think like my night, but you had on that same day you just come off like the league match, I think, against Aku. That
Oh
didn't
yeah,
go so well for you, and
yeah,
I was so happy when I saw that you like bounced back, if you will.
yeah. The
That
Aqua match was
was
just I felt like a lot of really rough draws in that match. It was kind of hard,
mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, usually I get mad at those sorts of things for like a few minutes, and then I'm
Yeah.
fine after.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you are playing Team OK in the quarterfinal. Have you played Team OK before? And how are you gonna prepare?
I don't think I've ever played Team OK before. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm not recalling any time we've met before. So it's always nice to play a new opponent.
Mm-hmm.
I prepare. I wasn't planning on preparing. I was just gonna, no,
What
that's
do
not
you
true. I
mean?
was gonna.
I thought you were gonna like get all the V8 stuff.
Oh, that's true. I was getting all the V8. I already had V8. So apparently V8's now like the super drink.
Uh-huh.
The J Nails approved super drink. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I'll get a bunch of V8. I found like V8 energy drinks, so maybe I'll take a couple of those. Really
Doping.
power me through.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have a lot of new players, if you will, in top eight this year.
Yeah, I think it was
Um,
six of the eight were first time quarterfinalists, I believe.
yeah, yeah, which is pretty cool. And then we have obviously last year's champion show, and we have Vera Smith, who I think she's won the championship twice in the past
Hmm.
5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very very strong group, I would say, which
Hmm.
makes sense, right? Because it's top eight. So in the case, which I obviously don't hope will happen, but if you don't win the tournament, who do you think is going to take it?
I mean, I would never bet against VR Smith. I
Hmm.
think she's always just the favorite for many, many things.
Hmm.
That might be some bias on my end because I think there was a stretch of time where I was in A League, and I don't remember, was it all three times? I think there was three times I finished second with VR Smith finishing first or something like
Hmm.
that, like in a row. So maybe it's just
Yeah.
maybe it's just that speaking, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that's always a good bet for sure.
Hmm.
Okay. I guess I should know this because usually you record your matches and upload them, but can you tell us? I'm always curious what people's backgrounds are on D.G. What's your background?
Background 7. It's the best background.
And which one is it? I
Uh,
don't.
I, I I think it's Hinterlands, but the first edition has is the one with the monkey on the cover.
The one with the monkey
I
on the
think it's
cover. Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's the first edition Hinterlands is background 7, but it's like got a nice pleasant like very green. There's like a
Mm.
there's like a bridge and a guy walking a donkey or something. I don't
Oh,
know.
is that one? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That
Yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
that
It's
is
just
very pleasant. Yeah.
yeah, it's a very pleasant background, very soothing. So,
Mm. Mm. Okay. What is your favorite food?
I like lots of foods. But this might be just because my inner New Yorker speaking, but it might just be pizza. I could eat pizza all the time. I try not to because, it's not the best for you. I do love pizza. I will say, since moving out to the West Coast, I don't have great pizza out here. So
Oh no.
whenever I get back to the East Coast, I have to just eat as much pizza as I can. That's the case.
Mm. Mm.
Hmm.
I see. I see. I didn't know you had an inner New Yorker.
That's
That's
where I'm from. Yeah.
oh, see, this is like the European person. I'm like when I hear
Uh,
New York, I always think of New York City. Never mind. Uh,
well, no, I'm from Long Island, which is New York City adjacent at least.
wait, did I know this? But you didn't grow up
I don't
there,
know,
did
maybe
you?
I did. Yeah.
Huh.
I spent a lot of time upstate New York as well, but
Yeah.
no, I grew up in Long Island.
Oh,
But
maybe.
yeah, we also lived upstate for a little bit. I went to school upstate New York as well. But yeah.
Okay, 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 okay. And besides Dominion, what are some of your other hobbies? I mean, obviously your favorite thing is
Hmm,
to
Car-
sing songs with me, but
yeah, yeah, karaoke for sure.
wee.
You know about that? That's always fun. Yeah.
Mhm.
I like outdoorsy things, so I do a good bit of hiking. I've been making a point to try to see as many national parks as I can, especially moving out to the West Coast where there's a lot more national parks. Um, I was just in Redwood National Park over the summer, which was really cool. A lot of really big trees.
Mm.
I also, about a few years back, I started taking photography, so I've been kind of into that for a bit. So yeah, I got spending too much money on camera equipment, I guess, is my other hobby.
Oh, oh no. Yeah, I can see how that would eat your money real quick.
There's like this new lenses. Oh, this is a really nice lens. It only costs what, $600?
Easy. Take my money.
Ah.
Aha, I see. That's why you haven't come to visit me in Europe yet, because you spend all your
Because
money on lenses.
yeah, yeah. No, glass is expensive.
Mm-hmm. For sure, yeah. No, I mean, you sometimes send pictures to me that invariably will make me
Hmm.
very, very sad and jealous and be like, oh, I have to visit you again. It's so beautiful where you are.
Hmm. Hmm.
Ah,
It is nice out here. Yeah. The Pacific Northwest I think is just gorgeous, so I enjoyed out here.
yeah.
But they do have terrible pizza, so you know.
Well, you gotta take some, lose some. Yeah.
Yep, that's fair.
All right. When is your quarterfinal? Is it on the weekend?
Yeah, we're gonna be playing Sunday, Sunday morning. I think it's 17 UTC.
Okay. That's that,
Yeah, I believe 17 UTC.
that's nice because I get to watch then. That sounds like a
Mm-hmm.
European friendly time. Amazing. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I wish you the best of luck. If you are doing commentary, then I'm looking forward to that. I think we are looking for third party commentary,
Yeah, I
but I
think we're getting third
guess,
party.
yeah.
I might
Well,
record it. I don't know. I've been recording my matches but not uploading them, so I guess I could also just like record and upload to YouTube.
oh, nice. So that's another thing that our listeners can look forward to. Well, best of luck and thank you for being here.
Well, thank you so much for interviewing me.
You're very, very welcome. Goodbye.
Bye.